Welcome to Unity Inspired Living. Our community began in 1989 as a small worldwide Unity book study group, and we've continued the momentum as an ever-evolving spiritual community. Each Sunday, you will find dynamic thought leaders delivering inspiring messages and talented musicians sharing sound healing through their melody. Here, we embrace ancient spiritual traditions, universal truths, and emerging wisdom. Let's check out this Sunday message. We're so grateful you've joined us.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're so grateful to be here this morning with you into our sacred space. We're ready to roll with love and miracles and all the good stuff. My name is Amy Van Ling, and I am enthusiastically, joyfully the spiritual director of Unity Inspired Living. And each week, we open the shared space to come together and remember who we truly are. And that is expressions of the infinite power and presence of spirit, of God. We are awakening together on this journey, one breath at a time. And I love that inward breath of the spirit being inspiration, and thinking of it as we are just growing and moving forward in love, one breath at a time. So thank you for being here with us on this journey. Our theme this month is the frequency of miracles. I particularly like this theme because I've always said miracles are not accidents or coincidence. They are what happens when love becomes the organizing principle of our lives, I believe. And I love David Hawkins. If you haven't read any of his books, I think they're pretty good, pretty worthwhile reads. And he wrote that everything calibrates according to consciousness. And when we elevate our state from a fear state to a love state or faith state, we begin to resonate with grace. And then in grace, miracles always find us. And so I think of that as like the love becomes the organizing principle of our lives. So I think it's very exciting to know that we can do this. This is part of something, how we can live. And I'm so grateful for that. Welcome in, beloveds. I see you coming in. Sonia, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being with us. We co-create this space, and it matters. It makes a difference. You make a difference, and we are so grateful for your presence. This morning, we are deeply honored to welcome our dear friend, teacher, Dr. Fred Luskin. Fred is a voice of peace, an author, a scholar, one of the world's leading experts on forgiveness. He teaches that forgiveness is not just, letting others off the hook. It's about releasing ourselves into freedom. And that's so powerful. And Fred, you bless us beyond measure. And we are so grateful for your continued presence, instruction in the most divine things of life, and your friendship to our community. We are so grateful for you. The morning message today is Ordinary Miracles. I love this title. I can't wait to dive into this talk. Thank you, Fred, for saying yes and being with us today. We are extraordinarily grateful. We also have on the screen with us, you will see Mirabai and Steve Bangs, known as Heartdream. This is a duo whose harmonies really do seem to come straight from the angelic realm. You will know what I'm talking about when you hear them if you have not heard their beautiful sound healing yet. It will just mesmerize you today. So thank you, Heartdream, for opening the heart of this community with your love-infused melodies and saying yes to us and being such an integral part of our community here. We are grateful and we love you. You will also see Pat McCulley on our screen. She is our beloved member, and she is here gracing us with her gift of Pat. She is beautiful. She brings us our inspirational reading, our community announcements, and our prayer of plenitude today. And we are truly grateful for you, Pat. Thank you for all you are and all you give to our community. We are inviting everybody into our sacred space. I invite you to sort of set the world aside and just come in and take a slow breath. And if your feet are on the ground, feel connected, grounded. Maybe even imagine roots of light anchoring you deep into the earth, and like a current of golden light or energy coming through your body and just enveloping you, connecting, sort of this heaven to earth idea. And I really feel like this is the posture of presence, being grounded, but then feeling disconnected. And I feel like that's where miracles sort of enter effortlessly when we are operating from this space, because we see them. We get to see all the miracles. So I invite you to open up and just allow yourself to remember that we are the conduits of divine flow. And you can be that here and now. So we will feel into that and feel into our mission statement. I like to bring us back to centering into what are we doing around here? Who are we? And where are we traveling together? And this is our mission here at Unity Inspired Living. We are here fostering love and wisdom, inspiring transformation, offering compassionate outreach, and embracing unity. And we are thankful to be on this journey together. We are going to open up with a community song. And I invite you to sing along, because there's something magical about music. It bypasses the intellect and in the head, and it's straight for the soul. So sing along at home. It's one we love. I Choose Love.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
So beautiful. I love that, simple lyrics, and yet so profound, and such a good reminder for us to come back to. We get to choose love all the time. That can be our choice in any matter. Thank you, Mirvine, Steve, Heartdream. Okay, I'm going to hand the screen right over to Pat. Pat has our inspirational reading and community announcements. Thank you so much, Pat.
Good morning, everyone. Here are the announcements for November and December 2025. November events: monthly meandering, Thanksgiving tea. Are you interested in sharing tea and gratitude with friends? Join us for the Thanksgiving tea in Brentwood on Sunday afternoon, November 23rd, starting at 1:30 p.m. To sign up, please contact Robin or Jan. Looking ahead, December and beyond. As we continue our monthly meanderings, we are planning, engaging, and fun events for December and into the new year. If you would like to organize or coordinate an activity, Whether it's an afternoon at the movies, lunch at your favorite restaurant, or a walk in the regional park, let Jan or Nancy know. We will help publicize your event in the weekly connection. Year-end conscious giving. High Five 2025. As 2025 comes to a close, we celebrate the power of community, connection, and generosity. Your support helps us finish the year strong. If this spiritual home has uplifted, inspired, or comforted you, now is the perfect time to give a meaningful high five back. In the spirit of fun and intention, add 25 cents to the end of your gift as a nod to 2025. For example, make your contribution $25.25, $100.25, or $500.25. Every quarter carries connection, intention, and momentum. Your gift matters. It keeps our gathering strong, our music playing, our messages flowing, and our community thriving. High Five 2025. Close the year with heart, hope, and a sprinkle of 25-cent magic. We are grateful for you, stronger with you, and better because of you. Make your donation via PayPal, Zelle, or send a check by USPS. There will be envelopes available at our in-person December 7th service for your personal giving. December events. December 7th, in-person service with Amy Van Ling in the West Island Room at the Antioch Community Center beginning at 10 a.m. December 7th, community Holly food and frivolity at Jan's home starting at 5 p.m. December 14th, Wallem House Christmas party. Please let Nancy know if you can help. Holiday collections. All collections should be submitted by December 7 at our in-person service or dropping off at Nancy's during the first week of December. We are collecting men's socks, goal 150 pair, gifts and gift cards for Wallem House women and children. See Weekly Connection for sign up or contact Nancy. Food for loaves and fishes, and also warm coats, sweaters, hats, gloves, rain tarps, etc. for men and women experiencing homelessness in our community. Mitchell Van Ling Memorial Fund. We invite you to support Karen Mingus's granddaughter, Shaylin, who suffered major injuries in a catastrophic auto accident earlier this summer. Please contribute to the Memorial Fund via PayPal, Zelle, or personal check, noting Karen Mingus's name. Fundraising will conclude at the end of December, so please make your contributions soon. Stay connected. Stay up to date with Unity Inspired Living by visiting our website, unityinspiredliving.org, following our Facebook page, Unity Inspired Living, and reading our weekly connection delivered to your email every Wednesday for those on our mailing list. Inspirational reading. Now we invite you to reflect on the November theme, the frequency of miracles. And here is something I wrote this week, and the title is We Are the Miracle We've Been Waiting For. It's a miracle we're here today. Think about it. Everything had to align perfectly. The alarm had to ring, the computer had to work. We had to show up, ready and willing. But deeper than that, think of all that had to go right for eons of time for this very moment to exist. Our parents had to meet at the perfect time and be physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in harmony for us to be conceived. And even further back, all our past lives, all those unseen threads of timing and synchronicity had to weave together before time itself had a name. Take a breath with me. Breathe together, us. Isn't it a miracle that we exist? Because we have the time, the energy, and the desire to be here, we are among the especially privileged. We can look beyond the substitutes the world tell us will bring happiness, the car, the house, the soulmate, and seek something deeper. If we live in America, we've already won a kind of lottery. We are likely to enjoy the freedoms and comforts most of the world can only dream of. If we have a refrigerator, we are among the most privileged people on the planet. And with privilege comes responsibility. Before doing comes being. We are luminous light beings designed to receive and then give love and light. So then we ask, what is mine to do? It could be as small as a smile, a phone call, a casserole, or as big as speaking and traveling, or giving to a cause. Nothing is better than another. Our past experiences guide us toward what is ours to do. Right now, our higher self is watching. Our inner child is cheering us on to remember the miracle that we are, and our ancestors who dreamt of this moment are watching too, wondering what we'll do with what we've been given. Because we are the miracle that we've been waiting for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pat. Yes, we are the miracle we've been waiting for. I love the question. What is mine to do? It's simple yet profound. Thank you for your message. Thank you for your compassionate heart. We are grateful for you and for what you share with us. Yes, what a beautiful conversation we're having about miracles. You are a miracle, everybody watching. Know that. Okay, we are going to hand the screen right on back to Heartdream. They have another song for us this morning, Stepping Stones Across the River. This is one of their songs. You can find it on all platforms. Thank you, Mary Lansky.
Thank you.
Trying to find our way, with good faith we survive, living truth day by day, happy to be alive. With every kind deed, every open heart delivered, sweet songs of true grace, like a stepping stone across the river.
part of every spirit, with a blissful sacred mountain, with every kind being, every open heart delivers sweet songs of true grace, like stepping stones across the river, like stepping stones across the river, like stepping stones across the river.
What a beautiful song and beautiful image. So peaceful to think about, everything being a stepping stone across the river. Thank you, Mirabai and Steve. Okay, I'm going to hand the screen over to Pat. She is leading our prosperity blessing this morning. Thank you so much, Pat.
I invite you now to join me as we move into a space of oneness with Spirit. We quiet our minds and open to the great realization of an abundant universe. We connect with an inner spirit that is grounded in the divine flow of giving and receiving. We practice gratitude for all that life gives us and accept there is more coming our way. We align and operate from our divine nature to give freely from a compassionate heart to ourselves and others, assured that we are never void. We set our intention to engage in right action that attracts opportunities to prosper. We are each a very grateful spirit expanding in this human life. We are gratefully succeeding in stepping forward into greater good. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Pat, and so it is. I appreciate your blessing, your prayer. I always feel like I just float away and it's like, oh, it's time to come back. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to close with our final song here, Life's Highway. I'm excited for this one.
Sun comes up, time's at hand. There's a stir across the land, moving forward every day on life's highway, on city streets, down country roads. Like a stream, the people flow, seeking truth from deep within, on life's highway. There is hope with every turn, a bridge to build, a bridge to burn. And we stay strong when we take the time to pray on life's highway. We are young, then we're old, passing through, then passing on. In our hearts, we must be brave, by step, round and round. Faith will lead us where we're bound. From the cradle to the grave, on life's highway. There is hope with every turn, a bridge to build, a bridge to burn, and we stay strong when we take the time to pray on life's highway. Sun comes up, time's at hand. There's a stir across the land, and so begins another day on life's highway. And so begins another day on life's highway.
I love that one. Yay! Well, this is a beautiful way to wrap up this introduction portion of our morning. Heartdream, your music is truly a prayer in motion, and we are so grateful. Thank you for blessing our hearts today. And Pat, thank you for grounding us in clarity and truth and your presence and your compassionate heart. We are endlessly grateful for all of you. Everybody watching, you can find Heartdream on all platforms for music and download all this amazing soul nourishment is what I call it, sound healing. So go find Heartdream at heartdream.com, and you can find all the links to all the platforms where you can find music. There they will be. So thank you all so much. We love you. We will see you on this side of the, I have to hold my phone out of background. On this side of our Sunday morning message. So blessings so much on you. I get to be here with the amazing, brilliant Fred Luskin. He is just amazing, phenomenal, brilliant human, and I am so grateful that you say yes to us. I am going to pray us in and hand the screen over for this morning message, Ordinary Miracles. So I just invite everybody to breathe us back into balance, breathe us back into just this moment. We release any tension, resistance, regret, whatever it is that is, weighing on you, just release. We forgive ourselves and others, and we choose peace. And in that peace, we create a space for the miraculous to unfold. And we are here in the deep presence of spirit. We remember that every challenge is a doorway, and every ending a beginning, and every ordinary moment a chance for wonder. And today we pour our blessings over Dr. Fred Luskin as he delivers this message for us that would touch our hearts. And we are so grateful for the spirit that moves through him and the wisdom that he is and his words that reveal truth. We are grateful. And I release this word into the great expanse of love, in love, for love, as love. And I say namaste, ashe, amen. Thank you, Fred, for being with us. We are grateful for you.
Hello, Amy.
Hello, beloved friend.
It's nice to see you. I can't see anybody else, so I can at least say hello to Amy. When I looked at, I think it was Ordinary Miracles or something, and I was trying to think of what I could say that wasn't like just the same old new agey silliness. I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, what would I consider a real miracle? If I look at people and I look at even history, like what is it that I admire and seems miraculous? And that's pretty much only when people get over themselves and think outside themselves. Much of what passes for spiritual things are, can I get more for me? Like, can I get more abundance? Can I get more this? Can I figure out a way to get love? Can I get for me? There's not that much miracle there. Like, all of creation is selfish until you recognize that that's somewhat of a dead end. And I think that recognition is probably the only real miracle. Because as long as you're still just piling up for yourself, whether you call it abundance or this or that, it's still ego. It's still, can I get more for this thing, this me? And even if you're successful at that, which many people are and they should be, there's nothing miraculous about it. No matter what form it comes in, it's not a miracle. It's just life. You know, there's yin and there's yang and there's good and there's bad. And sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. But the miracle is any moment when you get out of yourself. Those are the moments of miracle. Like, you know, if you read stories of wars, and you read about people who have just shocking bravery, and a lack of concern for themselves. And they, you know, they defend a village, or they save a family, or they put themselves at risk and sacrifice for themselves for their comrades. Like, that's a miracle. And that's a highly valued, remarkable thing which we should all pay attention to if we consider ourselves spiritual. Because it's giving. It's based not on scarcity, but abundance. Now you look, I mean, I do a lot of reading. I meet a lot of people. I mean, I'm just in the world, you know. It's like I talk to folks. I meet with folks. And every now and then you meet somebody who listens more than they talk. Or they seem genuinely interested in like what I have to say. And I think, well, that's a moment of like a miracle. To shut up a little bit, to pay attention to the other, to give your care, your energy, your whatever it is. And because it's rare, maybe that's like a sign of whatever it is this ordinary miracle says. I mean, I reflect sometimes about how rare it is that I'm a public person, but how rare it is when I'm out there anybody actually pays any attention to me. You know, they're dramatically interested in what I can offer to them. But it's just take. And that just seems like the default way that human beings are in this world, to just get more for themselves. I have a friend who was a psychotherapist. He retired, but he told me that one day he fell off a ladder or something and broke his shoulder. So he came into his therapy clients with his arm in a sling, you know, like this. And he did therapy. He had a full day of patients. Only one patient asked him about his arm. Only one. And he realized that that's why they're patients. Because they're so effing selfish that of course they're unhappy. You're unhappy when you're effing selfish. But one person, like he had 8 clients, and one said, "Hey doc, what happened to your arm?" And I think so when you say like ordinary miracle, it's for each of us to ask ourselves, well, when are we going to drop the fear and the selfishness and the greed and the hurry and all the things we do to grab for ourselves and ask what Viktor Frankl said is the most important question. What does life ask of you? Not what do you ask of life? What does life ask of you? So I had my own experience with what that guy said, and this happened a long time ago, but it was when my wife died. I was married for a long time. My wife died maybe, it's at least 15 years now. And I've been a public speaker now for about 30, close to it. But I remember maybe a year after my wife died, I'd be out in the world and I would be talking occasionally to people after a lecture. And they'd be, motoring on in the mouth to me about their issues and, how this didn't work out and that didn't work out. And I remember like a few times at that point, because I was more raw, they would say something that they had lost, some loss in their life. And I would say, well, my wife died a year ago. And invariably, every single one of them said, I'm sorry for your loss. Now let me continue with my drama. Every one of them. And I remember coming out of that thinking, wow, we don't even realize how self-absorbed we are. We don't have a clue like how much we think the world revolves around our little self. And so we talk about the little self, we get fascinated by the little self's drama. We want to tell everybody about the little self's this, that, and the other thing, and we want to argue about the impediments to the little self getting what it wants all day long, 7 days a week. And every now and then we may have a moment of awe where you see something beautiful and you drop that for a moment. Or you may have a moment of gratitude where somebody's goodness cuts through your self-absorption. So you can pay attention and go, wow, thank you. But most of the time, we're just in a drama about our drama. Endless. Just drama, 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 drama. Now, I'm older. And I now look a little quizzically about my friends who are my age or older and start asking myself, you don't have that much time here left on the planet. I'm thinking, what are you still so wrapped up in your drama? Like, what are you doing? Like, haven't you gotten the memo that, like, the plane is coming to take you away? And you don't know when, but it's going to be not that long from now. And yet you're still obsessed with your little tiny drama day in, day out, all the time. Let me tell you about me. Let me do this. Let me do that. So the miracle is when we pick our head up and we notice there's a whole world out there that we're not the center of. There's a there's a wonderful picture, I guess, in Ram Dass's Be Here Now book. The Be Here Now book was like the major spiritual tome when I was young. You know, it sold millions of copies. And the first part is Ram Dass's autobiography. So he tells this absolutely charming story of how he came from who he was to who he is, Ram Dass, spiritual seeker. And the second part of the book is they took a talk of his and made pictures and illustrations around it. And it's this charming, like, you know, exaggerated, funny, but meaningful, illustrated book. And one of the illustrations is Ram Dass saying, you know, after a while I realized is all I talked about was me. Like, I mean, here I am, this spiritual muck-a-muck, and it's all about me, which there's nothing spiritual about. And the picture in the book, which is just so charming, is Ram Dass said, I realized some level that I'm like a bookshelf. And every single book on the shelf is about me. Even though I think I'm talking about lots of other subjects. So he said, you know, one of the books is history according to me. And another of the books is my take on geography. And then the Civil War according to me. And he has 50 different books, all about me. All about me, all day long, just me. It's why we're not happy. And it's why we get so stuck, all of us. It's all about me. So again, when I was reflecting on what could I say about a miracle that would matter, it would be that miracle of a break from our oppressive self-focus, which would lead, if we're aware, to more generosity, more kindness, more patience, more acceptance, just more. Because all of us limit the world by the obsession with our little self. Because everything gets filtered by that little self. How are they treating me? Is this going to benefit me? How will I use this for my advantage? How can I get ahead? How can I pay for this? There's nothing wrong with these thoughts. But we need a lot more space. I know a lot of the kind of churches talk about creating space for miracles. But the real miracle is creating space for us to disappear for a little while, so that we can see more clearly. I mean, you know, so much of, almost all of this life has nothing to do with us. You know, we're motel guests. You know, like we're here for a little while. And we make believe the motel room is us. And, you know, it's like, and then the guy knocks on the door and says, you got to check out. And we go, wait, this is my motel. I painted it. You know what I mean? It's my colors. And then the guy at the door said, sorry, it never was. And it never will be. And you have nothing to do with the running of this place. And you don't even understand the rules. But the people, as I started to talk about 15 minutes ago, that we admire mostly are the ones who let go a little bit about the relentless self-focus. And they give. And they have patience to listen. And they give. And it doesn't mean you have to give a lot of money. You can feel when people give a shit. And you can feel when they have attention to share. You can feel it. And those are manifestations of that miracle. You can also feel when you're being hustled by people. What can I get out of this? How can I use you? This relentless self-need. But the ordinary miracle for all of us, to me, and this is not me, this is just every spiritual tradition in the world shouts, get over yourself. That's the basic deal. Get over yourself. Like, see things clearly. The world did fine without you. And it'll do fine without you again. It'll stumble through. But, basically it will be okay. I know each of our contributions is important, but it's not that important. There was I don't remember when, a long time ago, I was invited to part of a series on something for some Church of Religious Science in Southern California. They flew me down and I gave a talk on forgiveness, and but there were I don't know, they had 6 different things over a period of time. This is our fall series. So one of the weeks was on manifestation, and one of the weeks was on abundance, and one of the weeks was on getting what you want, and one of them was on gratitude, and one was on something else, and then there was forgiveness. So the minister told me the most interesting thing to her was lots of people came for the sections on what they can get, and very few people came for the sections on what they could give. So abundance got 150 people. Generosity got 20. Because many of us are using spiritual practice to still try to get what we want. And that's a low level of spiritual practice. It's not wrong. We have to go through a zillion different stages. But we will try anything to get what we want and not change. So she was joking with me. I'm saying there were 50 people for my forgiveness workshop, and she was saying we had 200 for, manifestation. And she said, yeah, that's immature spirituality. It's not wrong. But the yogis talk about the evolution in consciousness, going from creating bad karma, which is what most of us do with selfishness, to creating good karma, which is a huge jump, which is that jump from selfishness maybe to proper manifestation. But the real yogi tries to create no karma, because they're not grabbing. Bad karma is not good. You're sowing all sorts of suffering. Good karma is definitely you've learned a lot. But the goal is no karma, to disappear from the selfishness and you need and the constant whatever. But that's such a massive evolutionary journey that none of us can figure that out. But in our quest for good karma, which is where most of us probably are who have spiritual inclinations, it would be nice if we could just let go every now and then of needing to be the object of good karma, of needing to get more, of needing to get blessings for ourselves, of needing to have our wants manifested, and of simply wanting to contribute to peace or something, contribute bigger than ourselves where we're not the identified object. And I believe that kind of consciousness is what is probably as good a miracle as the universe can provide, because you're okay then. We're all struggling like crazy to feel safe and comfortable and have enough. But you can't have enough if you're just grabbing. The only time you can have enough is when you relax. And you allow, whatever it is to just unfold. And that's when I thought of, like, what would I give my often contrarian talks on miracles? It's like, for all of us, just take a break. And here's what I realized. I think you'll all laugh at this, because we all recognize part of it. Like, I went with my partner and her 2 kids a couple of years ago to New York City. We went to sightsee or whatever. And they love sightseeing. I'm not a sightseer. I've seen enough of anything. But we went to the observation deck of the Empire State Building. And, we're like 100 floors above Manhattan, and it's gorgeous, and you have this mammoth view of the New York area. And 95% of the people there were taking pictures. They were on their phones and taking pictures of themselves at the Empire State Building. And I'm looking like, this is an insane asylum. Like, this is literally batshit humanity. What are all these people trying to do to make themselves central to this magnificent human creation of this amazing city and this beautiful view and this, like, marvel? And nobody's looking at the marvel. There's 200 people with their phones staring at them, looking whatever, and taking picture after picture after picture of them. And I walked out of there thinking, my God, the human race is in worse shape than I ever thought. Because it's not about us all the time. And if the Empire State Building isn't enough to have you filled with awe and humility, I'm not sure what is. We're at the top of the world. Anyway, if I leave you with any reminders, it's like, at least for a moment, just try to get over yourself. It's like, both you and the world will be better for it. I thank you for your time and attention.
Oh, thank you, Fred. I just love the way you ground us. You just bring us right down to earth and with such balance, though. And the whole just get over yourself is so poignant because isn't that really the message? Even when we're talking about, you know, man's search for meaning, what is our purpose? What are we here for? It's like get over yourself so you can at least be guided by spirit, something higher than you, not in your own
That's
bookshelf,
it.
right?
That's exactly it.
Get out of your own way,
And that's
right?
it.
Yeah.
And
And admittedly, easier said than done, yet the practice of it becomes life, right? Like how you just operate. And when you were, I didn't have a pen this time, and so I wasn't taking notes, but you said something that made me think about um, after my husband died, and just what I know to always be true is to go into service and gratitude. That's like the miracles right there, being in service and being in gratitude. And I just knew that as long as I stay there, everything will unfold beautifully. And I immediately looked up a place to volunteer, and it was a soup kitchen, and they had a garden where they have a garden. I still go there, and they grow, various uh, plants and food for the kitchen. And I just remember one day being in there, like, I'm in the miracle here, just because it just takes you somewhere else when and also something out of that that's coming up right now is like you're serving, but not with an outcome. I think there's a lot of times when there's things going on, it's like, well, I'm in service because we're trying to get to this goal or something. Does that make sense? And that is a whole different vibration as well. I appreciate you. And I love the Empire. So I was just in New York recently, and we went to um, the Rockefeller Tower. There's 70 floors up into, and they
yeah,
have the sky thing, and it spins around. And so we're in line for this thing because you get to the top, and then they say, well, if you really want to go to the top, then you get into this thing that spins around. So we're like, well, we have to do that. So it's 3 minutes. So I'm with, and I know everybody's going to want a picture. So I said, how about this? In the first, spin around, which is like a minute, let's somebody take pictures of the outside, one of us take pictures of us, and then the next 2 minutes we can just enjoy. So we're not all, trying to take pictures. So we have this very strategic plan to be able to enjoy and be in the moment and just put ourselves aside. But I thought the same thing when I saw the cameras. It's like I just want to relish in this moment. Like the view is breathtaking. So I can understand. I just smiled with your story. Thank you for just being so human because I really, it is where the rubber meets the road. We are human. We are in this human form. And it's like, how do we operate within this form and and mm, marry our spirituality with, pieces of ourselves that are human, which tend to be self-focused. And how do we get out of ourselves? How do we get over ourselves? Let me just check the feed here for a moment. I saw some comments coming in. 95% of people taking selfies. Yes, it's true. Not in the moment. Try to get over yourself. Pat says, and our ancestors, those who dreamt of this moment, are watching too, wondering what we'll do with what we've been given. Yes, Nancy says, I've often thought that the phones are contributing to self-absorption. What's it doing to our kids? Oh, well, that's a whole talk on its own. It
I
just
believe that's
involves,
deeply and desperately true. The
yeah.
phone is intensifying collecting and normalizing self-absorption.
Mm. Yeah, I won't even start to venture down that path. There's so many pieces to I mean, we've talked about it before, but
I
I mean, it's a long, involved conversation. But yes, Nancy, I mean, true to point here, this is a big deal. And it's probably, the next question is, how do we as guides, adults, I think the phone came in such a new, mysterious as a parent when it first came out. My child was 12. I got a phone with her. I learned Instagram with her. I learned because it's like she wants to zap. I'm getting so it's like we're trying to catch up. Just like what is this? What happened? And here we are. So this is probably maybe a conversation for another day, for sure. Michael J says simple and can be easy. Carol says, be guided by spirit and get out of your own way. Yes. Serving without an outcome. Thank you so much, Fred. Yes. Thank you so much, Fred. I just appreciate so very much the way you're just real. We're real. We're real people. And I don't like to kind of do the spiritual mumbo jumbo stuff. It's like, let's bring it down to earth. Let's bring heaven to earth, right? And this is how we do it, is really talk about, like, let's name it, the selfish, the self-absorbed. I mean, that's ego. So it's not like we're saying you're bad. It's like, well, how do we cultivate? How do we work with this part of our humanness and
Exactly.
cultivate yeah,
Yeah.
ways to get over ourselves and support each other in that and love each other through it and
and
all of
that's
that. So
and that's the job, isn't it?
hmm
Yeah.
definitely, definitely is. Well, we are so grateful for you and your wisdom. Always
Thank you.
touched deeply by you.
Amy, I
Thank you
will
for,
see you in a couple weeks.
yes, I look forward to seeing you. Blessings. I love you
Bye
very
bye.
much. Bye bye. Everybody, thank you for being here with us today. I am so grateful for your presence, for you co-creating this space, for you just being here um, to articulate what your feelings are and what comes up for you and ground in what's being said. We're a collective here that is making a difference on the planet, and I thank you for that. I thank you for showing up with your heart and soul and being present, being present with all the different ideas and wisdom and thoughts and insights that come into our space, because it really expands us, gives us the opportunity to lean in and say, oh wow, I didn't think of it that way, or oh, that is true, let me see, and it grows us. It grows us. So thank you for saying yes to being here with us. I think I saw a comment come in. uh, Bob says, how many people commit themselves for the betterment of humanity or spirituality? Carol says, yes, let's be real. Yes, we are. That was our theme. Was it last year or the year before? Real, raw, radiant. That's what we're about. Well, I love you all dearly. And if you feel that our time together touches you, your heart, reminds you of your divine essence, reminds you of anything that matters to you, really, I invite you into the flow of giving to our center. Your offering is deeply, deeply appreciated and sustains our ministry, enables us to be the, as Jacqueline said earlier in the month, um, miracle messengers. And as Karen said last weekend, the love elf. I love that. It allows us to continue to do what we do here. So thank you for that. We are going to, oh, it might not be closing with our prayer of divine awakening if I don't have it here. Um, well, what is going on with my screen? It was here. Let's look. Thank you for your patience, my loves. I do actually know it, but I do like to pull it up for you to see. It wouldn't have been deleted. Did you love our human moments here in the world of technology? Was it the one day with Robin? Robin Rice Olmsted, she was on and we were having such questions. By the way, um, she re-recorded that talk, everybody, and it's on YouTube, because remember that day it was like glitching in and out, and she was in and out, and it was just really hilarious. But she re-recorded that whole talk, and it's on YouTube if you want to go back and listen to it. Okay, I have found it was layered. I had the prayer, it was layered behind a bunch of stuff. So let me share the screen here with you, and we will speak our prayer of divine awakening it as a declaration for your life. It's a new day, a beautiful day, a new beginning. I embrace this day with new eyes, an open heart, and expansive mind. I choose my vibrational frequency deliberately and consciously, harmonizing with life's events. I am receptive to source energy, divine guidance and wisdom available to me at all times. I commit to serve unconditional love fully and completely. I move forward in a state of appreciation, an extension of the one magnificent power and presence. I am sovereign, whole, and free, claiming dominion over my life as I go in peace and awaken to my divinity. And so it is. Ashe. Namaste, beloveds. The connection link is open. We don't have a workshop today. However, if you want to connect, if might be somebody else in the connection link, that's always available to you. I love you all dearly. Shine on, bright ones. Mwah. Blessings, blessings.